All right, what's up? This is for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Now, I did write a whole script out, but I don't think it turned out that well. I'm dyslexic, so I can barely write. I can write, but it's kind of difficult for me. It takes a lot of brain power, and actually like reading it out, I don't think I did a very good job. But with that said, I still want to give my thoughts and opinion, and should you buy this game, just as an average player or a player that's likes looter shooters. I'm a big fan of looter shooters. I got about a little over 6,000 hours in Destiny 2. That's just on PC, and I joined PC like in 2021, 2020, somewhere around there. So I still have a lot of time on PlayStation. That was my main platform. And I played games like Borderlands, Anthem, Outriders. Played the beta for First Ascendant. I played Diablo, Division 1 and 2. So Suicide Squad is right up my alley. Now, is it the best looter shooter I played? Well, we'll see. We're going to look at the story, the gameplay, the end game, and the boss fights, and everything that revolves the game. And recording this video, this came out with a new patch. I wouldn't really say it's a patch, more of a hot fix. Let's go. Let's talk about the story, first of all.
Like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
The story is not the worst. From a looter shooter standpoint, it is not the worst. I will say it's better than D1 story. When D1, Destiny 1 first came out, it's better than that at least. I don't have time to explain.
Who are you?
Why have you been watching us?
I don't even have time to explain why I don't have time to explain.
We all know about that meme. It's not that bad. Well, it's in the title. You have to kill the Justice League. And surprisingly, we actually do. So, the crazy part in this story, we're playing as Suicide Squad. Amanda Waller gets us out. Put the bombs in our necks, blah, blah. When we first get to Metropolis, the first Justice League member we meet is Green Lantern, and it's a pretty cool introduction. I like it. He just, you're shooting, killing enemies, and he just snatches you up, and you're like, what the hell? He shows you around and everything, what's going on, what he's doing for Brainiac, what Brainiac's doing.
I was just about to ask you the same thing, Quinn. Wait, Floyd Lawton? They gotta do something about security at Arkham. You know what? I'm in the middle of a recon for Brainiac. Let's walk and talk. Look at that. Insurgents can't touch us. Brainiac said to get...
You keep saying Brainiac like it's a thing, but I don't think it's a thing.
Brainiac's the one finally bringing order to this world. Making a home for his people. All this, soon it'll be a new planet Kolu. That's been my mission for what, 3 weeks now? Oh, that is.
And he says, basically, this has been going on for 3 weeks. Okay, 3 weeks. Wow, that's quite a bit of time, you know. And you know, what has Wonder Woman been doing? What has after he shows you around, you find out Flash is still normal. He's not evil yet.
I only found 3 metas and 1 dead body cut to pieces.
Huh.
Flash! Brainiac wondered how you got off the ship.
Speedster secret. The League doesn't leave anyone behind. Let's make you right, buddy.
You know, that's just what I was gonna say.
What have these guys been doing? Like, they haven't called the other Justice League member. Like, it's no Aquaman. There's no Cyborg. Cyborg will probably be a big help. A few Justice League members that aren't even in the game. No, I feel like they just put Green Lantern, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman because of the movies. But the crazy part of it, like, where's Aquaman? Like, he's big in the movies now. Nowhere to be found. Okay, it's like whatever. So Flash, he gets his ass kicked. Crazy part, you see none of it. You see none of him getting his ass kicked. You know, the characters kind of like with the dialogue kind of hinted at, oh, Flash is really getting his ass whooped. It doesn't look like that at all until, you know, we actually find him with the help of, you know, Boomerang's, you know, Speed Force Gauntlet. He can track him, and yeah, he's pretty bad beaten up, but you don't see none of that really. Then you have to, Amanda's like, hey, don't let him get captured, get him back to the base. Okay, we get him. Then we run into Batman, and this is another wonderful introduction. The introductions to the characters are wonderful. I have no problem with that at all. All of them, Green Lantern, Flash, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, everybody's introduction is awesome, but the ones that are actually like evil, like, are really, really good in my opinion. So you find Batman finds you, he's on your ass. So you're like in this warehouse, and it's basically like, you know, a recap of the Arkhamverse, Batman's universe. You know, you go through that. It's in the dark. It's you know, it's kind of scary. You don't know where Batman is, but he takes out each of the members of the Suicide Squad one by one, right? One by one. We stand no chance at all. Obviously, we lose and Flash gets captured. It's going to be pretty scary to fight Batman. I mean, and Green Lantern so far, because, you know, Green Lantern just swooped you up, no problem. He could have just messed you up right there. Batman, one-hitter quitters all around. Okay, so this is the Dark Knight still. So, like I said, Flash gets captured. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Well, so Wonder Woman is the next character we see in her introduction. Her introduction's in, you know, a cutscene. All her stuff's in the cutscene because, you know, we don't fight her. She's not playable or anything, so all her stuff's in the cutscene. But she shows up because our base is in the Hall of Justice, the Justice League base.
I got her.
Really?
Where the hell are the rest of you?
Waiting to strike.
What a badass.
The fury of the sea and the salt.
Huh. What a badass. That's nice.
You're damaging Argus property.
This is some bullshit. Got my daughter a Wonder Woman shirt last Christmas.
I'm taking authority. We trusted you. Let you live among us. Now your friends are slaughtering the people they swore to protect. Batman, Green Lantern, the Flash, and Superman. You're the last one left, Diana. You need to work with us.
They have been enslaved by something terrible. Their minds are not their own. I will find a way to bring them back. We will defeat Brainiac and end this madness. This is a hall for heroes, not you.
The Flash again, and he's evil. And the way they introduce him when he's evil is pretty good too.
If you'll excuse me, my plan to neutralize the Justice League starts now. I'm going to enjoy this.
Huh. Superman.
You okay?
Where?
You're almost there, Lexi.
Oh, shit. The Flash is back.
Oh, it's Flash.
Good guy Flash or bad guy Flash?
Oh, wow!
Oh, definitely bad.
We know you're getting help, Lex. So tell me about your secret pal. Spare yourself some broken bones.
Take the shot already!
That's the Flash? You might as well post him the bullet.
Huh. Really?
Did you get him?
Speed demon!
Did you really scamper all the way up here just to huff this sweaty LexCorp armor? Man, you know it's gone to hell when you went... Really? Why don't you just mail me the bullet? Anyway, what I was trying to say was...
Let me guess. Brainiac's about to do some heinous shit to Luthor, and we're next. Blah, blah. Bullcrap.
Yeah! Just give us money bags down there and we'll be split-skis.
What, so you can roll him for beer money? No. See, Brainiac needs Luthor, and... Oh, you know what? Hold on a sec. Hello, Brainiac? Is it happening now? Great. You will have Luthor ASAP. Good news! You want Luthor, all you have to do is... come and get him.
You know, later, you know, they get tech to counter his abilities, which it's like whatever. And that's a whole thing about like this game. Like, we know we can't beat them. It's the Justice League. You know, we have to get tech to beat them. But like the crazy part with like the story and stuff, we know that you know, Batman has some plans to beat the Justice League. So that's where most of all this tech comes from, you know. But like with Flash, we don't know that came from Bruce, Batman. You know, Lex Luthor has that, and we get it from him, but it's broken, and later like Toyman comes in and he fixes it. Then we have the device to counter Flash's powers to beat the Flash. It's like whatever, okay. Look, I don't have problems with the boss fight because Flash is the first boss fight. I don't have a problem with the actual boss fight. It's fine. It's Flash. You should beat fast. And okay, we have something to counter his powers. Whatever. A lot of the problems with the fights is the end. It's very anticlimactic when you beat every single Justice League member. You want to know what happens when you beat them? They go down to their knees or whatever. You shoot them with one last bullet. No words, no anything. Flop over. They may moan, then it's mostly just flop over and die. That's the end of them. It's like, oh my, what? That's it. And no like coming back like to their normal self and like, what have I done? You did the right thing. This was the only way to stop us. The only time we see any of the Justice League members that kind of come back to like the normal self is when Wonder Woman, this is before you kill the Flash, is Huh?
Wonder Woman? Did Green Lantern ever catch up with you? You know what? Looks like he did.
Flash, how do I stop this?
You can't. Brainiac's going to transform Earth into a new Kolu. Of course we'll have to kill every man, woman, and child to do it, even the dogs. Oof.
Barry! Please, tell me how.
Barry?
You have to kill us, Diana. We have to die to save the world.
Barry.
It's a great moment. They have great moments in the story, but it's just the execution of how they get stuff across, how you get stuff done isn't really well done. You beat the Flash, he just flops over, it's nothing. Got him. You got the scene where supposedly Boomerang pisses on the Flash, which he doesn't piss on the Flash.
As honorable warriors, we will show proper respect to this fallen hero by...
Show a little class, man. Holy shit. Congratulations.
Makes sense. The gods have cursed you in every other way.
Guess you got what you wanted, Boomer. Too bad no one saw it.
Yeah, well, I saw it, all right.
So I don't see where people are getting, like, I think mostly people just do it for like clickbait or get reactions out of people, and especially people who haven't played the game, because if you just see like a small clip of it, like a 5-second clip, okay, it kind of does look like he pissed on the Flash, but he doesn't. If you watch the whole thing, he doesn't. So I just feel like this little clickbaity, just to get people riled up more about this game. Then the next fight is the Green Lantern. You get little Sinestro core batteries to counter his powers. Fine, that's understandable. Now his fight, I would say, is one of the worst. Like, 2 fights are the worst. 2 fights I would say are pretty good. His is one of the worst. It's just counter shots and shooting constructs, to get his thing down to shoot him. And they're not very creative constructs. Rocket launchers, and stuff, and some helicopters here. Really anything you haven't seen, like, as far as you got to that point. No, you kill him, same thing. He kneels down, you shoot him one last bullet, he flops over. It's done. It's like, what the hell? And it's like, oh my god. The cutscene after is pretty cool. Does it make sense? It's because after you beat him, his ring doesn't just fly off. And if you know anything about, Green Lantern comics, once the wielder dies, the ring flies off to find another host. It doesn't do that. That's kind of weird. Well, King Shark just ripped off his finger, takes the rings. I don't know what their thing is about ripping off fingers and stuff. Rips off his finger, plops the ring on, and I will say this part is pretty cool. He gives the whole Green Lantern oath in his own way. It's pretty cool. But then, King Shark kind of like, I don't know, he gets taken over, like, gets overwhelmed by, like, I don't know, it seems like he goes kind of evil for a second. So that's kind of weird. He has a big giant green shark, and it starts coming after the squad, and they don't get that off his finger. So that whole thing is weird. The ring doesn't fly off. King Shark, goes kind of crazy there for a second. I see where they're trying to go at. The scene's kind of cool. I like the only part I really like about it is the whole, Shark and the whole Green Lantern thing. Pretty cool. So this is where, like, this whole time you haven't seen, Superman. Yeah, you know, you see all the other characters, and this is like halfway through the game. We don't see Superman at all. Amanda Waller tries to shoot, you know, a nuke at Brainiac's ship. Superman comes in, and you know it's pretty cool because he stops the fucking missile, and he fucking just flies it into the city or somewhere, and it's like a fucking nuke goes off. What? It is a nuke. It just goes off. You're like, holy shit. That was pretty cool. Like I said, the introductions to the characters are pretty cool. Then, you know, Amanda Waller's in trouble. You know, Wonder Woman's over here trying to fight Superman. And, you know, for me, this is where the story kind of gets like, I really don't like it. So, I'm gonna tell you why I don't like it. So, after Wonder Woman and Superman fights, you know, it's a moment where Wonder Woman puts kryptonite in Superman's chest and it doesn't kill him. Like, it's a big piece of kryptonite that shoves in his chest, and you know, it kind of staggers him a little bit, and he's like, oh, but it doesn't kill him. And he just like lasers Wonder Woman, kills her, and she's just like crumble to dust. And it is a very like pinnacle moment in the story. And it's like, okay, kryptonite doesn't work on him. He just killed Wonder Woman. How are we gonna beat him? Well, there's another MacGuffin. There's two of them. First, they make Batman a MacGuffin. We have to find Batman to see if there's a way to beat Superman. And this is the part. So we find his lair in Metropolis. This is where I'm like, what are they doing? So you get to his lair, and you know it, and you find his computer, and a little hologram of him pops up, and it's showing you like him talking to like supposed to be the Bat family, like how to beat everyone. But why couldn't that be like almost like at the beginning of the game? Because it's like, oh, so Batman came up with the, you know, device how to counteract Flash's powers. Okay, that would have been nice to know. Like the way they made it seem at the beginning that it was Lex who did it. No, it was Bruce. And like most of that is like, okay, we already been through all this. We just need to know how to beat Superman and Batman. And comes to find out, supposedly there's no way to beat Batman. Yeah. He's like, there's no way to beat me. That's exactly what it says. Then it cuts off on Superman, so we never really truly figure out how to beat Superman or his way to beat Superman. And after we figure that out, Batman shows up, and again, well, not again. This time he uses fear toxin, and somehow we all, with Harley Quinn's help, can counteract the fear toxin by dosing ourselves more with fear toxin, just overdosing on it. And this is the second horrible boss fight. So you basically have a fear toxin nightmare version of Batman, and he's this giant. It's this giant Batman, and you have a little arena that you're in. There's really no mechanics to the fight. You just shoot him in the face, and he has like 2 or 3 attacks. Most of them, one of them, you just jump over. That's all you have to do. You just jump over. The other attack, you just jump, and the other attack, you just have to shoot little orbs. That's all it is. Keep shooting Batman in the face. Jump, shoot. That's all it is. And this, I mean, I don't know if it would have been better if this would have had like the counter shot like the other fights. I don't know. I understand where they're going with the fight, because at the end of Arkham Knight, Batman was using the fear toxin. Understandable, but you know, nothing. This is the most creative thing they could come up with. Okay. We beat Batman. We capture him. We have to give him the legs to figure out what Brainiac's done to their DNA, because it's been altered some way, because kryptonite doesn't affect Superman. So some way it has to be altered. We figure that out. We get gold kryptonite to help us out. And basically, after that, Batman is just used for bait. Yeah, so first you just get Batman to figure out how to beat Superman. He's just a plot device. Then he's just even more of a plot device, because she's just used as bait. And it's when this scene comes up, the death scene. Everybody talks about. I don't mind it. I'm just gonna say it might be controversial. I don't mind the death scene at all, because I see where they're going, and I look at it like this. Everybody likes to use his name, Kevin Conroy, as clickbait. Rest in peace, Kevin. People just try to put words in his mouth, in the creator's mouth, like, oh, this was a waste of Kevin and stuff. How could they do this? I'm like, well, first of all, the man signed up on it. He collaborated with the team and stuff. He knew what the story was and where they're going with it. So stop using this man as clickbait. I understand that people don't like to see the Arkham Batman die in that way, but I see where they're trying to go with it. Like, aren't the Arkham games? Yes, they may be set in the same universe, but this isn't the Arkham games. We're not playing this Batman. And those 4 games, whatever, let's say the 3, the one created by Rocksteady, are great. And the way they ended that series was great. And I just leave that stuff in the past. It's done and over with. Those 3 games, like I said, were great. They didn't need to come out with another game. Somehow probably messed that up, because trust me, they probably would have. So I have no problem with him dying. And I look at it like this. Who better else to do it? Not Boomerang, not Deathshot, not King Shark, but Harley. She's been in all the games. She has a rich history with Batman. Through the games, through the comics. Has a rich history with the Batman. Joker's dead. He's not here. So he can't do it. We can't have the other Bat families do it, because we don't know if they're alive or dead. And they wouldn't be part of the Suicide Squad. So with the game we have and the characters we have, it's best that Harley Quinn does it. And I'm just like I said, just leave that stuff in the past. It's done and over with. I know it sucks to see a character you like that you probably grew up with. Like, I grew up with the character too. I played all the Arkham games, so I kind of understand. But I'm in the mindset, those games were good. Leave them in the past. They didn't need to touch Gotham or have another Batman game. After that happens, Superman shows up. So we fight Superman. And Superman is a good fight. He's fast. He flies. He uses his ice breath, his heat vision. If you don't know the mechanics of the fight and you're solo, it can be kind of hard. I think it took me like twice to actually beat him, because I wasn't understanding like some of the mechanics. But it was fun. Him flying away, coming back, doing ice breath, and leaving like crystals everywhere, then coming back and carrying a freaking helicopter as a bat and just swinging it like a freaking bat and hitting you. Fucking awesome. Then he'd do that and have a bus and just throw a bus at you. It's a Superman fight, but with that said, like with all the fights, at the end you just pop a cap in him and he just dies. And I'm like, oh my god, whatever. So that's basically the story. Okay, that's kind of not the story, not the end of the story. Brainiac's in, but he's more like in game. before you get to Brainiac, you have to grind for the currency to actually fight him. And before you even get to Brainiac, there's like 13 other Brainiacs. So, Brainiac is just the beginning of the end game. He's not really he is the last boss of the story. You get some story before you fight him. You get a cutscene before you fight him. You get a cutscene after you fight him. But he's supposed to set up the end game. And speaking of the end game, let's talk about that.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord.
So the end game is terrible. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or anything. It's terrible. So the missions you were doing through the game, protecting Ivy's plants, capturing some Brainiac points, some blah blah. The 3 or 4 things you were doing in the story is what you're doing at the end game. I want to say there's more than that, and there's really not. You just do those 3 missions to grind your Infinite Crisis rank. And once you get the Infinite Crisis rank, you just grind up, and you're trying to get higher tiers in the in-game missions. You start at level 1, and I think it's go to level 30 or something, and you get more experience the more you go, and you get more weapons unlocked higher you go. That's okay, but you're still doing the same 3 missions. Yes, farther you get, more weapons you get, more loot you get. That's fine, but it's the looter shooter and it's the end game. The one thing I would say about Anthem, how it had a good foundation and the end game wasn't bad. It felt more complete than this at the end game. You had dungeons, then later they had a little raid thing. That's cool. The dungeons are fun. You had different dungeons with different mechanics. That's what you want with an end game. Not doing the same missions over and over and over again. When you think of a looter shooter or a RPG, MMO or whatever, what all these have in common, this Diablo, you have little dungeons and stuff. That's cool. They can get harder. You got open world bosses, freaking cool. If you're good enough, you can do by yourself, but you have other players in the lobbies to do that with. It's none of that in Suicide Squad. Then you can take a look at Destiny. You have little kind of dungeons, you can say, called lost sectors. Then you actually have dungeons with 2 or 3 bosses and stuff. Pretty cool. Then you have raids, 6-man raids. Awesome. That's in-game stuff. That's stuff after you get done with the campaign to look forward to do. The only thing with the Suicide Squad is, hey, do the same 3 missions and get your Infinite Crisis rank up. Oh, you want more? No. That's all you're getting. It's just mind-blowing. You can tell the end game was not fleshed out. Now, I don't know how long this game's gonna last, because we all seen the reviews and the critics and the reception of this game. It's not good. I don't know if they even know how to do stuff like that, like dungeons and raids and stuff. Hopefully they do, because the main thing you really do in this game, besides the 3 missions, is the gameplay.
Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
It's the best part of this game, by far. The shooting feels good. The traversal feels good. The one thing with this game, they all have guns. They all shoot, okay? They're all gonna shoot guns. But the thing that, sets them apart are the movement, the traversal. You have boomerang. You got his boomerang and the Speed Force gauntlet. So you can just toss that thing around. The speed of light just, beat to your boomerang, toss it again. It's really fun to play as boomerang. He's one of my favorites. Then you have Deathshot with his jetpack. It has a cooldown. He can fly and hover, which is awesome. Honestly, he's one of my least favorite, because I feel like there's not much depth to his traversal. Once you get a little cooldown to his jetpack and his skill tree. That's really all you need. It's really like no thought behind his gameplay and traversal. Is he bad? Is he for you? He may be for you. He's not for me. Harley Quinn. You know, you have Harley Quinn, which is another one of my favorites. My favorites are the characters kind of have a learning curve to them. You just can't hop on them and, you know, get the hang of them. And after you played 10 to 20 hours of it, they just feel the same, and you know, it feels like you have no progress with them. That's why Boomerang and Harley Quinn are my two favorite. Harley Quinn, you know, she has the drone and the grapple hook, so she just grapples everywhere. A lot of people don't like her because she has a learning curve to her. You know, try to get the grapple, you know, the slide, and you know, try to keep all that up and try to keep your momentum up. You're not gonna get the hang of it at first. It's gonna be hard, but she's fun after you get the hang of her. You know, grappling to the drone, hanging there, popping some enemies, swinging off, you know, while you're up in the air, popping some enemies, you know, grapple to the drone again, pop some more enemies, slide, you know, run up a wall, grapple. It's fun. Then you have King Shark, which is fine. He's simple. You see why a lot of people gravitate towards him. He's simple. He just jumps high and jumps really far. That's it. That's all he does. And he gets slammed down hard and do some damage to some enemies. Simple. You can see why people gravitate to King Shark and Deadshot. They're just simple. For me, I don't like that. I don't like the simple stuff. I want to grab a character and be like, oh man, this is kind of hard. I want to learn how to work this character and be better with this character. 10, 15 hours later, it feels so rewarding playing with those characters. Like I said, Deadshot, King Shark, there's nothing really there. Deadshot just flies. You can hover, fly some more. King Shark, jump high, jump far, land hard. That's it. But no, like I said, besides that, individually has like special moves that they can do. They're not really that special. And you know, this is another part I have with the gameplay. You know, okay, like Boomerang, he has one ability where he just, you know, zips around and hits like a bunch of enemies. That's cool because that's very distinct to him. They're just moving really fast and doing a lot of damage to a bunch of enemies real fast, blink of eye. That makes sense. He has a Speed Force gauntlet. But I may like Harley Quinn, but her special move or whatever isn't that distinct. You basically just you use your grapple hook and you basically just kick into an enemy and do big like AoE damage. Just a swing big kick, a lot of damage. That's it. It's like, okay. Deadshot, he's a little different. He uses his little wrist guns and he just like lets out a big bang. Does a lot of damage to a lot of enemy at once. Same with King Shark. That's if you haven't noticed, like it just do a lot of damage to a lot of enemies, and that's it. The only one that looks visually like better and looks cool is Boomerang, and that's about it. Then they have another special move that is for like basically to do some damage and get shields back, but this is more of a single target, you know, thing. You do this move knowing that you're gonna do some damage and you're guaranteed some shield back. That's about it. Doesn't look that much. I mean, okay, it's kind of cool. Like with Boomerang, it goes like not slow motion, but like highlights like points when like he's hitting with the boomerang. Kind of cool. Harley, she just like hops on the back of the enemy, throws a grenade in their mouth or something, and hits them back of the head with the hammer. The other two, I can't even remember. Half these moves I can't even remember. That's how forgettable they are. Then you have like the squad ultimate or whatever, everybody gets the same ultimate. It slows down time, and depending on their skill tree, it may do slightly different things. One may do more damage. One, you may get, I don't know, more crit, or you may get more shields, or you get, you know, health and shield back. It's all the same. And the crazy thing about it, once one person uses it, the whole squad has to wait to go back on cooldown. So no character has like the individually own like ultimate. They all share it. I don't know who came up with that, but great job. Way to think outside the box. So really, besides like the movement and stuff and the shooting, it's really not really much. Then you have another part I really like about this game is the loot. The loot is pretty cool. You can make builds, and you know, you can tweak stuff like with the weapons, with the grenades, the shields and stuff. You can go in there and tweak stuff, and once you get Toyman high enough, you can, you know, elite weapons. And once you do elite stuff, it makes them more powerful, and where you can change like the mods on the guns, which is really cool. I really like that, especially for the legendary weapons. In this game, legendary weapons aren't just throwaway. Like once you start getting like the Bane stuff, like the higher rarity stuff, like the sets, legendaries are the gold weapons. Then like you got like pink, red, or whatever above that, which are like the set stuff, which, yeah, you want that stuff. You want some of that kind of stuff in your loadout. But you know, just having that, legendaries just aren't throwaway in this game, which I really like. So you can get a legendary, and you have mod slots. Now you may have seen this like in the trailer or the lead up to this game, where you can customize weapons. Most of those are legendary weapons. You can't really do that with like the other like set stuff and everything. You can't like make them look different like you can with the legendary weapons. But you can get legendary weapons, and they have like skill points you can put into them, and you may get one that's not maxed out yet, so you only have like 5 skill points into it, and it can go up to like 15. You go to Toyman and lead it, and you can get the rest of those levels and play with the weapon, get the points. In 15, you're going to max out. You're going to get all the points to put in all the stats. So your weapon's going to look all decked out, which is really cool. I like that a lot. They need to refine that more. That's a pretty cool feature. And you know, like I said, you have like set bonuses like with the Bane gear and stuff, like, and you can mix and match sets. Like there's one set in the game where like it has three bonuses, right? But the last bonus is kind of detrimental. So I only want 2 pieces to get the 2 set bonus. Then I may want like a 3-piece Bane set, then another 2-piece set with another set of gear. And yeah, you can really like customize your build and stuff, which is really, really awesome. I like that a lot, because that's the thing with this game. It does have a good foundation and some good mechanics, gameplay, traversal, shooting. You know, the loot is cool. That's a lot of good stuff. But the stuff to get the gear, and after you get the gear, like to do after that, it's not there. It's really no end game. You just do the same 3, like I said, you just do the same 3 missions that you've done before, and that's really about it. Try to get higher on the leaderboards, but that's not what's going to keep people invested in this game. In a game like this, a looter shooter, you want the incentive to play with other people and have more activities to do. I want to have a dungeon, and it can be hard, and you know, incentivize me to go out and look for, you know, new friends or get other people on my friends list to play this game. So far, it's nothing like that. There's no dungeons, no raids, like, and a lot of the stuff you can do solo. You can play this whole thing Infinite Crisis rank 100, and I think it goes higher than that too. It's not even capped at 100, but 100 is really where you just want to you want to quit, because that's when you get like the gold skins and everything, and you basically get everything at 100. You can just basically do that solo. There's nothing to incentivize you to actually go out, find other players, or get friends to play with you. Nothing. Now, I'm not saying no, you can't do that, or you shouldn't do that, or it would make the game less fun. No, it'd probably make the game 10 times more fun playing with friends and stuff. But I'm saying, like, as someone that plays mostly as a solo player, there's nothing to incentivize me to, like, hey, I need to go find players to go do this thing in the game to get farther into the game and to do better. Nothing like that at all. Like, if I was playing Destiny and I want to do a dungeon, yes, you can do a dungeon solo, but they're not made to be soloed. That's not the first thing that they're made for. Now, you can get like emblems and stuff if you did do it solo and do it solo flawless, but when they're making a dungeon, that's not the first thing to think of. You're like, okay, how are these mechanics gonna work with 3 players? And there, like, when you're first doing a dungeon, when it first comes out, you're incentivized to get friends, find people to play the dungeon with. Nothing like that in this game. And the same with raids in Destiny. Like, you can't really, especially in Destiny 2, you probably can, but it'd be hard as hell. You can't really solo a raid. You can 2-man it. It's possible to 2-man it. I've seen that done. But it's like, there's nothing like that in this game. Destiny, you day one, you have to find a team. You have to find a team. You have to have a team. If with friends or you LFG it, you have to have a team. Later, I mean, maybe find one friend. If you're that good at the game, find one friend and 2-man the raid. But you still have to find somebody. And that's the thing. Incentivize you to play with other people. There's nothing like this in this game to incentivize me or any other player to play with other people. My bots just fine. If I go down, they res me. They're not in my way. I never have to res them. They do their own thing. It's like, I know if I had other players and they're not that good, I'm gonna have to res them. With my bots, I don't have to worry about that. All I have to worry about is myself. If I go down, they pick me up. That's all I have to worry about. But anyways, this is my conclusion for this. Should you buy? It's the title of this video, and you probably seen this like all behind me. Should you buy this game? As a looter shooter enjoyer, and I enjoy this kind of game and everything, and if you're a looter shooter, loot collector, enjoyer, whatever, should you buy this game? I'm gonna say no. Maybe wait till it goes on sale. If it ever goes on Game Pass, get it then. And by the time that comes, that happens, if I have a lot more content, will the game be better with more content? I have no clue. I don't know about that, because it's some things they really need to add in this game. And do I think they have that kind of stuff done? Probably not. Honestly, I think having other characters in the game, the gameplay is going to be fun with them. Besides that, it's going to be like, oh yeah, this is fun. The gameplay, the moment-to-moment gameplay is fun, then you're going to get bored of it. Now, as a casual player, somebody who just wants to enjoy the story, should you get this game? No. I would say no, where it goes on sale, or when it goes on Game Pass. I can't really recommend this game because, besides the story, the story's not bad. I will give the story itself probably a 7. Then the whole game overall, story, gameplay, overall, probably a 6. You put everything together, it's quite mid. It is quite a mid game, and that's just what it is. Now, I don't have the same problems as other people have with this game. I don't care that it's set in the Arkhamverse. I don't care that they killed Batman. I don't care really that it's a live service game. It's proven that during this whole thing before the game came out, this is what bugs me. Everybody was like, oh, I'm getting tired of looter shooters live service games. Probably looter shooters too, but live service game. live service this, live service that. It's bad. They need to quit making them. What just came out a couple days ago? Helldivers 2. What everybody's saying about that game, they're loving it. They're loving it. It's not because this game is live service or looter shooter. The main problem people have with this game is it's set in the Arkhamverse and you're killing the Justice League. And I wish people would just say that. I just wish people would come out and say that. This is the only problem I have. Like, I don't like how it's set in the Arkhamverse. I wish they would have made another Batman game. Why are we killing the Justice League? People like to target that. Oh, it's a live service game. It's a looter shooter. This is the reason I hate this game. We all know it's not true. That's not the reason. It's proven a couple days ago when Helldivers 2 came out. Live service game. Everybody's loving it. And people need to quit acting like, before this game, Rocksteady could do no wrong. All of the games they made were perfect. Stop lying to yourself. Because the only 3 games you know about Rocksteady is the Arkham series, and that's it. Did you know they had a game before the Arkham series? Yes. And guess what? It was a shooter. So come on now. Before they made the Arkham series, they made a shooter. And we can kind of say this game is kind of going back to the root. I wish people would just say, okay, they did say it, but we don't want this. We want an Arkham game. Rocksteady don't make anything else. So I don't have the same problem as other people have with this game. My core thing is how does it perform as a looter shooter, and how's the end game? And it kind of fails at that, So with that said, I want to say miss you, Kevin. Rest in peace. I'll see y'all next time. And like I always say at the end of the video, have a good day or night whenever you're watching this. Peace.
Metropolis, this is Lois Lane. From all reports, it seems that Batman is gone. As Batman and as Bruce Wayne, everyone knew him. Everyone knew his voice. Always prepared, he left a communication with the Daily Planet in the event of... Well, it reads, "When I put on the cowl, it became a symbol. But I never stopped being Bruce Wayne, citizen of Gotham. Remember that we are all handed adversity in our lives. No one's journey is easy. It's how we handle that, how we help others, that makes us unique. That's what the Batman will always stand for. Metropolis will get through this. And Batman, goodbye. You will be missed, but never forgotten."